over the years. The women coming, they come for different reasons. You know, some strictly come for exercise. They've heard it's really good exercise and they want to try it. And they discover it's just so much more than that. We do get girls coming that they do want to learn how to dance. They want to become a dancer. They're very serious about it.
Okay.
Younger girls, I want to dance like Shakira. Help me do that. But a lot of them that come just for a new way of exercise, just because they love to dance. But like I said, they discover that it's so much more, and all of a sudden they start looking after themselves more. They decide, oh, I can let my hair grow. You know, I think I'd like to try that. And they get to wear earrings, you know, just all kinds of sparkly things. And they come to class and first of all, they'll come in workout clothes, and then, oh, no, I think I'd like to wear a skirt, or I'll wear harem pants. And so they get to dress up, and they a lot of transformations, and just all of a sudden being more aware of being feminine and being a woman and being proud of who they are, and they like to dress up and have fun and wear sparkly things and
Now, I've read a little bit about, like, on your website about belly dancing, and it's referred to connecting to divine feminine and working with chakras. Like, can you go into a little bit, like, what do you mean by divine feminine?
For me, it's just the spirit. It's a very sensual feeling. The dance is, well, we are all divine. That's the thing, and this, I think, in dancing, it helps you to connect with that part of yourself, to help you realize how you connect with your spirit through the music, and just connecting with every part of your body. And we are divine beings in human form, and it's wonderful to connect to that and let the freedom out of it's hard to explain of what happens when you can completely forget yourself in the music and not be judging yourself and thinking, oh, what do I look like, or what are they thinking that I must look like, or anything like that. It's just an emotional release, a feeling you get of total freedom and acceptance, and
sounds glorious. It
is, and I've never really thought too much about how to express it
verbally.
It really is a feeling. And when I go out and do demonstrations, for me, the most important thing is to have the people get up and do it and feel it themselves. Because it's one thing to sit back and watch and think, oh, wow, that looks really neat, or, oh, I could never do something like that. Unless you actually try it, you don't realize. And that's happened to me so often when I give a demonstration and I start off, people are sitting there and they don't want to get up. I say, okay, that's fine, just do it in your seat. You don't have to get up.
Yes.
Just lift your shoulder up and down. Then lift your other shoulder up and down. Yeah. That's easy, okay? Yeah. Now put your shoulder forward and backward. Then do the other one. Then put those moves together. Circle your shoulder. Circle your other shoulder. Then put it together, and all of a sudden they're, oh, this feels really, and you can just see all of a sudden, it's, oh, that's not so bad. And then as, slowly move down and do the rib cage. And so before they know it, they're feeling, hey, this isn't so bad. This is kind of fun. This really feels different. I kind of like this. And so they actually have to, do it. And once they do, then they realize that it's not something to be afraid of or embarrassed about. And that's where, if they would just try it, if they just just try it. Don't be afraid.
Yes.
I mean, there are some that they do try it. Oh no, and they close right up because they, for whatever reasons, they're not ready to feel those things yet.
Yes.
But other ones, it's like you just open this huge.
So it's a release.
Huge release in so many ways.
Yeah.
Whatever they need to release, it happens.
That's amazing. Really beautiful.
So many different ages too, and you see these women in their 70s and 80s doing this and feeling.
Yeah. Because you teach at the retirement centers, is that correct?
Recreation centers, senior recreation centers in Burlington, Oakville, and Hamilton.
Yeah. And you have...
Yeah, the one group that I had a few women that had been with me for quite some time at the rec center. You go to the rec center for exercise and it's cheap. Mm-hmm. Classes at the seniors rec centers are amazingly affordable. So these women are going there for exercise. I ended up working the ones that were with me for quite some time. I ended up showing them, teaching them some dances. We were asked to, the one senior center that I was teaching at in Ancaster, they were having their 25th anniversary. And so they were going around to the different classes and saying, well, would you be part of our show? We're doing something, and, would you come and be part of our anniversary show? So I put a dance together for the ladies at the senior center and showed them how to make costumes. They made, skirts and veils and got all fancied up. I said, you don't have to bare your body for this. You can be fully covered and still do the dance. Actually, many of the dancers were very, very well covered when originally. And then if you go back even further, they weren't covered at all because performers in early Egypt, it was so hot and they didn't wear much clothing and they painted their bodies. So that was
pretty.
Yeah, it was lovely. But anyway, these women ended up performing on stage, and which they never thought they would ever do. It's sort of like me, my story too. I never aspired to be a dancer.
Yes.
So they had this wonderful experience of dancing on stage, and then from there, we developed more dances, and the women who were more serious. So eventually, I had a group of senior women, and we performed at Roy Thompson Hall in the Seniors Jubilee for 3 years in a row.
Oh, congratulations.
And they were just ecstatic. I mean, at their age and, 50, 60, 70, dancing on a huge professional stage, what an experience. Something they'll remember forever. So it's...
With your journey, you danced in a professional troupe, is that correct?
Yes, I was in a professional Lebanese dance troupe. My teacher was from Beirut, Lebanon, Eddie Manet. He was the director of the Arabian Sahara Dance Company. And that was just a most amazing experience. Was there for, close to 18 years dancing professionally in the troupe. And so immersed in the culture of the Middle East and the Lebanese people. And we were at Expo. We danced in Vancouver Expo. We did 6 shows a day, 3 at the Ontario Pavilion and 3 at the Canadian Pavilion, Canada Pavilion, and wonderful experiences and learning about everything about the Middle East. It was wonderful to be in that. We were in Metro Toronto Caravan. We had the Arabian Pavilion, Brampton, Carabram, Carasaga. So we were very busy, dancing all the time. Traveling and learning all the folklore part of the dances too. It's not just the classical dance oriental, Middle Eastern dance. We also did sword, basket, jar, cane, candelabra. That was one of my specialties. Dance with lit candles on my head.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's so many more layers to it than what I suppose the general public knows about belly dancing.
You dance with veils, there's floor work, there's, like I said, all the different moves of the music. The drums are just so amazing. So everything.
So you do private lessons, group lessons, you have DVDs. So we'll put up your contact details in the interview.
Okay. Yeah, I developed my my DVDs for women just because I felt so strongly that women need to try this. Just try it.
Yes.
And not everyone can go to a class, or they're too shy to go to a class, or for whatever reasons, they're unable to go out to do it. So I had a dream of putting a belly dance fitness workout together with my favorite music, the music that touched my heart and soul when I first started. I wanted to make it available to anybody. And so but I wouldn't do it without the music. That it was so important to me.
Yes.
And over the years, the women that came to my classes, that's what they would say, we love the music. The music goes right through me. It's so amazing. I love the music.
Yes.
So the musician, Raja Zaire, he was Lebanese, and I thought, I won't do this without his music, because that was so important part of it. And didn't know how to get in touch with him. And my teacher was going back, Eddie was going to Lebanon, and he said he'll look Raja up for me and tell him what I want. And when he came back, he said he couldn't find him. He wasn't there. He was in California. So I just happened to be surfing the internet looking. I can't remember what I was looking for, but I was guided to a website of a dancer who was on one of Raja's earliest videos that I'd seen, and she was having a belly dance retreat in Hawaii. And my mother had passed away a few months before that and left me a little bit of money, just enough actually to pay for the trip to the retreat. I thought, I'm meant to go here, and the trip was happening in 2 months.
Wow.
And anyway, I went. I met her. Had an amazing time. Her belly dance retreat. It was Delilah is her name. And I spoke to her about getting in touch with Raja, and I told her what I wanted to do, and she said she'd been out of touch with him for years. She said, but I'll give you the name of a friend of his, and you can contact him, and maybe he'll get you there. So I came home. I wrote a letter to this guy in California. I didn't hear back. And then she emailed me about 2 or 3 weeks later and said, you're never going to believe who just emailed me by mistake. Raja.
Oh, do you love it?
Thank you. So she, so the connections were made. I got the music rights. Did my DVD.
Wow.
My beginner DVD has an 80 and an 81-year-old in it.
Beautiful.
So it was for every woman.
Yes.
So these are real women. These are my students who are doing the class, and it's wonderful. I've had rave reviews about it.
Great.
About my workout.
And so people can order it online.
People can order it online. I'm in the process right now of trying to get it onto Amazon.com, so
Great.
to open it up to more.
Excellent.
But I've really, I've had a lot of wonderful reviews from people who've ordered it and have never taken a belly dance class.
Oh, good.
They don't know me, so it's not like my students are saying, "Oh yeah, it's really great." There are people that have never done it before, or they've
good.
tried others and they find mine's really good, very
Excellent.
helpful. So.
Excellent. And now you touched on Hawaii a bit. Now you do a goddess workshop as well, and off camera you were chatting a bit about Hawaii and some of your experiences. So do you want to let the audience know a bit about your goddess workshop? And
Yes, we have once a month. We have we call it Goddess Gathering.
Okay.
And it's at a local church around here, beautiful big hall, and it's once a month on a Friday night. Low lighting, very low lighting, no mirrors. I say it's, you can come and I give a belly dance lesson. We have a big circle, and I give a belly dance lesson, and I bring veils and hip scarves, so everybody has a chance to wear a veil and hip scarf and learn the dance. Give it a try.
Yes.
And it's drop in, so
Great.
there's no obligation to carry on. They just give it a try. Some girls come faithfully every month because this is something they really look forward to, and they can't have a commitment to do it weekly, so once a month works out well for them. And we always have new people that have never done it before, and then my students who come, because you can never get enough belly dancing, so whenever the opportunity arrives. And we have a short guided meditation. My friend Cheryl, my friend and student Cheryl Camillo, she has a website, Spirit Walk Dundas. She does the meditations, our guided meditations. And then we have coffee, tea, and chocolate cake.